Armenian Mogilevich, whose name has come up, for example, like when mainstream media talks about Donald Trump and the Russian mob and all of this stuff.
Oh, the illegal tent. See, this is different. BMW of Trump, he's gonna be right here when it's on the corner.
Two-story stucco home in North Hills and told his fellow neighbors that he gambled for a living. The Armenian native had been rounded up with Ghazaryan back in the 2000s after he'd been caught passing $1.5 million in Medicare checks to a fellow gangster to cash for him, unknown to him that that gangster was actually an undercover immigration officer. Around the time of the conflict, Harutyunyan had moved into his stucco home, replacing the fence around the home with a solid metal wall to avoid getting gunned down by someone standing nearby. However, he'd underestimated the lengths Artuni was willing to go. At the end of July 2023, a hitman hired to kill him flew a drone over the home to evade the metal wall, spotted Harutyunyan, and confirmed it was his home and the layout of the property. He saved the footage on his phone to prepare for the job. In the afternoon hours of August 18, the hitman drove up on a motorcycle, grabbed a ladder sitting in the bed of a truck parked by the home, scaled the wall, and, standing at the top of the ladder, began opening fire with an AR-15, missing Harutyunyan and fleeing the scene on his motorcycle. Harutyunyan's neighbor had seen the entire shooting unfold, shocked by the absurdity of it, and reported it to the police. A week later, near the end of August, Harutyunyan met up with Emiryan and Gzraryan in his backyard, where they felt they'd be more safe openly meeting due to the metal wall. Officers monitoring Artuni's cell phone data followed him and his top three lieutenants, David Ghazaryan, Alyaks Agopian, and Mikhail Stepanyan, driving to a storage center where officers knew the Artuni gang had rifles stored. Their cell data then showed Artuni, Ghazaryan, and Stepanyan driving near Harutyunyan's home at around 10 p.m. At around 10 p.m., as the trio spoke, a truck sped by and two men stood up in the bed, pulled out rifles, and opened fire, emptying their magazines into the backyard. The bullets pierced the wall, with Harutyunyan's neighbor describing it as machine gun fire, as the bullets flew through the walls of the home, damaged his kitchen, and hit Harutyunyan 6 times.
You are currently being recorded.
Look, Burbank, because the city police didn't enforce parking and the street sweeper couldn't do his job, you got a Mexican that I guarantee you doesn't live in Burbank. It's not his fucking job to do the fucking sidewalk. Or to do the street. He's taking his time out of his own initiation to clean up your city. And he ain't gonna get shit extra from it. Look how Burbank cops pull over Mexicans, but they don't pull over Armenians like this at all. This guy probably ran the stop sign, trying to get to work. And this is the response that they come with. Meanwhile, Armenians drive ruthlessly, recklessly, and aggressively with illegally modified cars illegal tinted front windshields, illegal license plate covers, and then the police will ride right next to them and do nothing. So a good example of how this Armenian organized crime expands itself. So I actually got off the bus to go to that weed shop with the orange. And then these two fools came next to me. So since I know that they're fucking Armenian scum pieces of shit, and that they don't really actually like walking, just from the little corner, mostly in the shade, they had to turn the hat around because of the heat. This guy had to take it off. They're already tired. But these are the people we should be able to kill legally in this country. On sight. Smash their heads with fucking clubs. Stab their necks with fucking knives. Burn their fucking families with fire. This is funny. Another thing that I think is funny with the Armenian guys is they started smoking the thin cigarettes, which used to be like a gay thing, but now that's all they smoke. Being an asshole takes art. So they're gonna try to switch up because they're getting tired. So I gotta see. Because I want to see where these motherfuckers go. I didn't get to see where they came out of. It would have been fucking hilarious to see if they got off of the bus with me, because they just basically walked back to a bus stop. See, you got to create a little distance, give them a little confidence. Also, they're Armenians exercising. They're walking laps in their neighborhood. Like I said, should be able to kill these fucking fools, but MAGA protects them. MAGA grants them unlimited access in and out of the country while they're doing all this immigration shit. So the only thing I could think of reasonably is that they got dropped off
from a car that was following the bus. And now they're looking for a location that they can get picked back up. Because as you can see, they're struggling with that little bitty walk that was just right there. And once they get up that hill, as you also saw, there ain't no fucking side streets to cut back down. Oh, so now they're, oh, look at this, interesting. So let's see. Oh, they're getting in a car. Ah, I told you, what did I tell you? Booyah, who you gonna do, ya? Ah, look at. Ha 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 ha. That means I can also get their license plate. So they want it. Let's see if they come this way. And this is one of the Armenian compartments to another group. I got tomorrow off. I'm in no rush. But I'm gonna guess that they're not too keen on me getting their license plate. They gotta cool down because of the walk. Okay, I'm getting bored. I want to go get my weed. And they're obviously scared. Why would they be scared? Because they know that my rhetoric about killing Armenians blatantly outright in America is going to become law. And they're just trying to delay it as long as possible. Because they all know they're fucking guilty. And they know that they use their kids, and they know that they use their wives too. Armenian organized crime is the lowest form of organized crime in the fucking world. They got no limits. So I'm gonna have to say I advocate for the Israeli model against the Armenian population on any U.S. soil, with demands from any allies, especially military alliances, that Armenian positions be restricted, if not prohibited completely. Because psychology proves, at best, you're gonna get an Armenian that can fill out the frickin' blank, so to speak, and portray himself as is, as a cover, and actually provide some insights, some sacrificial lambs, all to gain an advantage. But remember, killing Armenians, murdering Armenians point blank on sight is literally the most patriotic. It's even more patriotic than frickin' fighting against MAGA or opposing Trump. It's fucking insidious, sinister, vile, and ultimately corrupt. Again, I just got to reiterate, killing Armenians is Hey, leave. You're trespassing. Get out. Go. You have to go. You are being told now. Leave. This is a business. Get out of here now. Get out of here now. Get the fuck out of here. Get out of here.
What you do that?
You're trespassing. Get out of here.
Okay, I'm going by myself.
Get the fuck out of here.
I'm going by myself.
Get out of here. I told you, get out of here. Go. Get your shit and go. I asked you nicely. Get the fuck out of here. Now, fool. Go. Get out of here. Get the fuck out of here. I don't give a fuck. Get out of here. You're trespassing, you piece of shit. Don't you get that?
Okay.
We were nice to you. You slept, right?
Yes, please.
You slept, right?
Okay.
Now leave. We're closed. We're not
I
babysitting you.
live by myself. I live by myself.
I'm gonna throw you out if you leave. And you're gonna get hurt. I'm gonna throw you out physically. You're this is a business. This is not your residence. Get the fuck out. Go. I'm gonna throw you out physically. You're gonna get hurt. 1. You got 3. 1. 2. Ready? 3. Yeah. Get the fuck out of here. Get out of here. Leave. Leave. Get out of here. Get out. Get out. Timing is everything. Again. So here's a good one. So the bus that I'm supposed to take, even late. The funny thing, the excuse that the Hispanic women are trying to get the Armenian bus driver to explain to them why he can't drive. He's trying to say that he came on the freeway from Baldwin Hills and trees brushed up against on the roof and some vent is open and he needs to wait for mechanics to lock it. And therefore he called for a replacement bus, which will be here within supposedly around 20 minutes, which we all got here on the same bus 10 minutes before the scheduled leaving time, which meant that if the 20-minute wait time was 20 minutes, time check 5:54, so it has been the 10 minutes. So, but just want to point out, I found it interesting once I realized, when the women were trying to communicate with him, asking him if he knew Spanish, and I looked and I realized he was Armenian. So what's up on the vent? You're saying a vent? You broke something?
Nah, I didn't break nothing. It's just a CNG tank. The top of the boat.
So an hour, he's saying now, the CNG tank.
One dorm, and I'm mad I can't remember none of their names but one, because they was all good people. The only one I can remember, it don't matter because he got life. We ain't gonna be able to kick it anyway. His name was Spider. He's from Armenian Pride. Spider, he's short, Armenian dude. He was cool, but it was by like him and like 5 other AP Armenian Prides in there, and they was all cool though.
I think the P is for power with the Armenians.
They go Pride, Power.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Well, I just saw this. LA got a lot of Armenians, and
Glendale, North Hollywood,
Yep.
Burbank,
Yep. And I think we've learned about
Sylmore.
we learned about them on the internet through one guy that was on No Jumper a lot, who's currently in prison. What was that guy's name?
G-Face.
G-Face.
The fake G-Face.
Yeah. But you don't really hear a lot about Armenians, but I saw this story that dropped just recently about 13 Armenian organized crime members. Not necessarily, they're not saying that they're from AAP, but Armenians are a big part of Los Angeles.
Riverdale, and they got Armenian Power.
Okay, well this just dropped in
history and assembled a crew of 73 Armenian gangsters between LA and New York to steal $163 million.
The FBI says an Armenian-American organized crime group based in New York and Los Angeles carried out the massive fraud.
When it comes to making money illegally, this Armenian-American group puts the traditional mafia to shame.
Barara says the crime ring opened more than 100 phony clinics that billed Medicare for millions of dollars in false claims.
It all goes back to Simeon Mogilevich.